Downtown in Business was in Manchester today at Banyan, but it wasn't the Manchester City Council leadership we were talking to. It was the leadership of Salford in the form of its mayor, Paul Dennett, and its chief executive, Stephen Young.
Good growth for me is making sure that where growth happens, the people of Salford benefit from that. So making sure we build truly affordable housing is a real priority for the city of Salford moving forward. Tackling the housing and homelessness crisis, building on the success so far of the wholly owned housing company that is Derive RP. In addition to that, for me, it's about the towns of Salford. So the regeneration of Eccles is a real priority in terms of the future, and making sure we do that in a co-produced way, working with residents and families that live in and around Eccles to really reimagine what we can create together. Beyond that, you've also got Swinton and the regeneration of Swinton as well, again, across the road from the town hall, the civic centre for the city of Salford, is a shopping precinct which, you know, ideally we'd love to acquire as a local authority and help regenerate ultimately with the people of Swinton. But making sure that our towns are a real focus is a real important aspect of where I think growth needs to go.
A lot of the long-term ambitions for Salford are around economic growth. But it's not just economic growth in terms of numbers and jobs. It's about ensuring that economic growth is reached by all. So really inclusive growth, that's a massive priority for us. And as part of that, transport's important to us, skills are important to us. So we can't do these things on our own. We do need private sector partners to work with, whether it's people in construction or it's people to invest, or just sit alongside the council and help us come up with those innovative solutions that will help move the dial.
The ambitions for us in the Greater Manchester and Salford areas is to grow the business, really, keep doing what we're doing. You know, as I said, we've got some key projects running at the moment, and we've got some good pipeline as well for future projects. So from the looks of it, you know, we're looking to have steady growth in Salford and Greater Manchester area, particularly over the next 12 months.
Salford is an incredibly forward-thinking local authority, and it was absolutely a delight to hear what they both had to say, both with aspirations for growth, particularly in housing. To quote Paul, he said, housing first, and for me, housing first. It solves so many social problems, gives all the kids opportunities, it creates wealth, and brings in equality to society. So I was delighted with the work they're doing. The main takeaway this time was the positivity. That Salford are building more houses than any other houses in the Greater Manchester area, and it just means that there's huge positivity coming from here. And also, I think a few people talked about that positivity will then spread to other areas. So the positivity was really good.
So it was a great way of bringing business leaders together with that Salford leadership to talk about the plans of the future, as well as looking back at some of the great successes of the past. And we look forward to working alongside Paul, Stephen and his team to see what other partnerships, collaborations and developments are going to take place in that city over the next decade or so. So all in all, a fascinating conversation, a fascinating discussion, and one which Downtown in Business members who attended will have got an awful lot out of.